problem with Aliya Rahman's story. If you don't know who she is, she's the disabled woman who was pulled out of her car and arrested by ICE in Minneapolis. She is autistic and has a traumatic brain injury. This week, she testified in Congress about her experience. Something I was struck by is that she immediately identified herself as disabled. She said, "I'm autistic, I'm disabled." She informed them. And this is a problem that I see with all these initiatives to provide ways of notifying law enforcement and ICE, and also to train them on how to interact with disabled people. I've seen initiatives like creating deaf driver bumper stickers. Or even this week, I saw that Connor Tomlinson from Love on the Spectrum was advocating for a bill in Georgia that will create a special license plate for autistic drivers and provide training to first responders. These initiatives to provide clear notification and training to law enforcement and ICE and anyone exist because disabled people have had far too many violent and traumatic interactions with law enforcement, and there have been murders. What I don't like about these initiatives is that it presumes that law enforcement, that ICE, that the system is going to care, that they're going to be ethical, that identification is going to make a difference. We're teaching disabled people to self-advocate, to identify themselves, to communicate. And it's heartbreaking when ICE, law enforcement, and these entities then don't do the right thing and treat us like garbage. Aliya's story is not the only story with violence and trauma at the hands of ICE. A blind man in New York City was arrested by ICE and his cane was taken away from him. That's like taking my eyes away from me. I use a white cane, and if someone took it away from me and took me to an unfamiliar place, it would be horrible. Back to Aliya's testimony, the most chilling part of it was when she described how ICE officers were calling everyone bodies, saying, "I've got a body in this room already. I have 3 bodies coming in." This is so dehumanizing and really cuts to the core of how people in the system, in these detention centers, are being stripped of their humanity, are not being seen as humans worthy of respect. I don't want to set disabled people up for violence, for mistreatment, for this heartbreak of doing the right thing, identifying ourselves, communicating, and then being met with ableism, trauma, and worse outcomes. But I don't know what to do. I'm left with a dilemma because ultimately we can only control what we do. We can control how we communicate, how we show up. We can't control what the response is. So how do we navigate this? What are your thoughts? What is your response to this?